Hello everyone, welcome to another one of my videos where I talk about data. So in this video I'm going to cover off a question that people ask around getting into data analytics, which is, should they learn about cloud computing? So should they learn about Azure, AWS, GCP? Okay, now the interesting thing about that question really is that to become a data scientist, it's not necessarily that you have to learn about about these technologies, but you need to be very aware of them. Okay, a lot of sort of modern or a lot of practical analytics needs to happen in the cloud. Okay, it's very hard to do it on your laptop. Okay, as the volume of data increases, as the complexity of that data increases, what you find, it's very difficult to analyze data on locally on your machine. So therefore you'll need some kind of cloud instance. The other thing is also that a lot of infrastructure, client infrastructure, or just any data infrastructure is now typically built in the cloud, usually on the back of AWS, Azure, GCP. Okay, and you'll be asked to work on those environments. So even though you don't need to know how the cloud works, okay, you do need to have knowledge of the cloud. So you need to know how AWS works, how Azure works, how GCP works. You also need to understand the principles of it. What is it? Okay, how does it all work? How do the applications that run on it, how do they work? Okay, so what I would do is I'll start from the basics of if you were to learn about the cloud, okay, is to learn, okay, how do you, even basically, how do you log in? Okay, how do you create an account on the cloud? Now, a lot of these technologies offer free accounts. So what I would recommend is that you open a free account so you can see what's available. You'll see that all of these cloud technologies have different instances. Okay, so for example, if you want more powerful computing power or more storage, there are different instances for that, and then they charge differently. Okay, so therefore, when you are using, or when you're doing data science and you're using the cloud, you need to be aware that the instance that you work on, okay, will impact the cost of it. So you need to make sure that you understand what's available and that you use the right type of instances or right type of components of the cloud to do the kind of work that you need to do. The other thing I would advise that as a data scientist that you know about the cloud is how there are certain technologies that already integrate into those clouds. Okay, so for example, like Azure has its own sort of machine learning packages that you can use. Okay, they've got their own sentiment analysis tool, they've got their own image recognition tools. Same with AWS, same with well, GCP not so much, but there is some things out there now. So work out what those are, because it's easy to call in those services to do your data science work and projects than it is to try and build it from scratch or try to hack something from Python. Okay, understand what they offer, so it's much easier to do. The other thing is, obviously, if you're going to use things like Python or R, know how they operate on the cloud. Okay, even things like where you store that information. Okay, whether you store it in an S3 bucket or an Azure blob, you need to know how you're going to access that data. It's not as simple or not as straightforward as having it on your hard disk and you just point the R directory or the Python directory to your data. In the cloud, there are different sort of concepts in terms of understanding where the data is actually stored. So as a data scientist, like I said, you don't need to understand everything there is to know about the cloud and cloud technologies. If you want to go into more the data engineering space, then yes, I would get your knowledge a bit more in depth about that area. But if you're actually just a data scientist, just understand the concept of how cloud computing works, understand how you would use it, understand the sort of instances that you need in order to run the right type of computation that you need, but also the kind of things that these technologies also offer that would make life easier rather than you having to do it all yourself. So thank you for watching that video. Please do subscribe to my channel, and of course please do like and share the video. Thank you.